Forget everything you think you know about old school investments. Right now, the entire financial game is being flipped on its head. If you still think gold is just some dusty relic, you are missing the single biggest story playing out right now. Okay, let's get into it. Gold has just absolutely smashed through $5,500 an ounce. We're talking about a nearly 100% surge in just 12 months. Now, this isn't just another market rally, folks. This is a seismic signal that the global economy is being fundamentally rewired before our very eyes. And this is the absolute key. What we're seeing is a massive loss of trust in the paper currencies we all use every single day. It's a global stampede away from money that's just printed by governments and towards something you can actually hold, something real. So why is this all happening right now, and why gold? To understand where all this is going, you have to go back to the very beginning. You see, gold's value isn't based on some promise from a politician or a line of computer code. It's literally rooted in the laws of physics. And that's why it's been the ultimate form of money for thousands of years. Just think about how these properties work together. Gold is basically indestructible. I mean, we have artifacts from ancient Egypt made 3,500 years ago that still look like they were made yesterday. It's so malleable and ductile that you could take a single ounce and stretch it into a wire 50 miles long. But what's its most important feature? Well, it all comes down to one thing. It's mind-blowing rarity. If you took every single ounce of gold ever mined in all of human history and melted it down, you could only fill about 3.5 to 4 Olympic-sized swimming pools. That's it. All the gold on the entire planet. And that's the whole point, right? You can't just hit a button on a computer and create more gold. Its supply was set in stone by exploding stars billions of years ago. That physical limit is the ultimate check on power, and it's exactly why, in an age where governments are printing trillions, gold is making a huge comeback. Okay, so let's fast forward back to today, because this is where things get really weird. Right now, gold is doing things that are completely tearing up the old economic rule books. So traditionally, this relationship is super simple, kind of like a seesaw. When the US dollar gets weaker, the price of gold, which is priced in dollars, goes up. And that's what's happening. The dollar index has hit a 4-year low and gold is soaring. Okay, that part makes sense. And here is the puzzle that has all of Wall Street scratching their heads. For decades, high interest rates have been like kryptonite for gold. I mean, why own a rock that pays you nothing when you can own a bond that pays you a nice yield? But in 2026, that rule has been thrown right out the window. So what changed? The entire psychology of the market has flipped. Investors, big institutions, even entire countries, they're not just trying to get a return on their money anymore. They're desperately trying to ensure the return of their money. They're not looking for a profit. They're looking for a lifeboat. So gold has taken on this new primary job. It's a debasement hedge. With global debt absolutely exploding to $340 trillion, the big fear is that the only way governments can handle it is by printing more money, which just crushes the value of your savings. Gold is the one major asset that isn't somebody else's debt. So what's pouring rocket fuel on this fire? Well, it's not just one thing. We are living through a perfect storm of chaos, a very rare moment where a bunch of different crises are all hitting at once, and they're all pointing investors toward one single safe place. We've got 3 huge catalysts colliding all at once. There's a crisis of faith in our central bank, a massive geopolitical shock, and a complete political meltdown at home. Let's break them down. First up, the very foundation of the dollar's credibility, the idea that the Federal Reserve is independent, is starting to crack. A politically motivated investigation into the Fed chair has markets terrified that the central bank is about to become a political tool, forced to print money to pay for government spending. Then, at the same exact time, we get this completely unpredictable foreign policy move, this aggressive push to acquire Greenland. It's spooking our allies and sending what they call the geopolitical risk premium through the roof. And when the world feels this dangerous and unpredictable, where does money run? To the oldest, safest asset on Earth. And just to top it all off, we have total chaos right here at home. The threat of another U.S. government shutdown is acting like a ticking time bomb, forcing a final rush into safe assets before everything grinds to a halt. But listen, this isn't just about regular investors. The real heavyweights, the central banks around the world, are on a historic buying spree. China has been loading up on gold for 14 months straight. India, Russia, Turkey, they're all buying as fast as they can. And their goal is clear. They want to depend less on the US dollar, signaling a massive shift in the global financial order.
So, all of this brings us to the big question on everyone's mind. How high can this actually go? With all the old rules broken, Wall Street is in a mad dash to figure out what gold is actually worth in this strange new world. The price targets are just constantly being revised higher and higher. JPMorgan is now looking at over $5,000, but Goldman Sachs is already looking past that to 5,400. And the more aggressive analysts at places like Deutsche Bank and Jefferies, they see a clear shot to 6,000, even $6,600 an ounce. We are officially in uncharted territory.
So here's the real takeaway from all of this. Gold's role in the system has completely changed. It's not just some hedge against inflation anymore. It's not just a shiny commodity. It is now the central pivot point for a global financial system that is remaking itself right in front of us.
And that really is the heart of the matter. In a world where trust in our governments and our financial institutions is falling apart, the whole system is looking for an anchor, something neutral, something outside any single country's control. And it seems the market has decided that gold is, once again, that anchor. The only real question left is, what does that mean for the future of money itself?